You're tuned into the Seed Group Podcast. We're here to inform your mind and expand your horizons for a better life. I'm Carla. I'm a vocalist.
Hi, my name is Rochelle. I play the saxophone.
I'm Norman, and I'm a keyboard player.
Albert Anderson, guitarist. And if you want to see any of us, you can come to South Long United Methodist Church, 8605 South Craig Ridge, Sunday morning. Or if you need our services, call 708-351-033.
And welcome to the Seed Group. We are delighted to have you listen to us. And I just want to do a jump start first. If you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, that's right, Albert, don't forget to hit that bell to be notified of new episodes. And remember, as I said before, whenever you hit that bell, an angel gets its wings. Don't you want an angel to get its wings? I mean, come on.
Right, so.
But anyway, I digress. First of all, I would like to, and all of the C group would like to welcome Rochelle back. Yes, we missed you. We missed you so very much, and we're glad that you're back. And we have a special guest. We're going to jump right in, and we will have our illustrious person, Norman, to introduce her.
Who that? Oh, okay. It is my pleasure. I've known her for a while, and she's such a cute little thing. Our special guest today is Chenelle Rogers, formerly Chenelle Rose. She's a Chicago native who was once told by a pretty smart kid that she was good at kid talk.
It's always great.
That compliment spurred her to write the positive and meaningful prayer book, Good Morning God and Good Night God. Chenelle has an MFA, that's Master of Fine Arts.
See, isn't that good to know? Just in case you didn't know that. See, okay, continue.
It took me a while to figure it out. MFA in writing from the School of the Art Institute, and serves as an assistant teacher for her church's Adventurers Club, Eager Beavers, a pre-K Bible-based social group. The fun and spurky text she writes comes from...
Spurky? What's spurky?
Did I say spurky?
You said spurky.
The fun
That's a new word for me, spurky. Continue.
That's right, write it down.
It's spurky.
Because you'll be asked that on Jeopardy.
Yes, spurky. Yes, what's spurky? Okay, continue.
Okay, the fun and spunky text she writes comes from her fun and spunky life with her husband. I know him. 3 sons. I know them. And a dog. I don't know him. But his name is Bronx. Good morning,
Get to know the dog.
God, and Good Night, God is her debut book. But I can tell you this, from seeing it, it won't be the last.
Yes, it's a wonderful book.
And we're going to do everything that we can to promote it, and let people know about this fantastic thing that she has done.
Thank you.
Chenelle and her sons are passionate about doing things to help others and want to get everyone to jump on the bandwagon. That's kind of what we're about too. Mm-hmm. Find out more about their hashtag Do Good Things initiative at www.goodmorning-god.com. That's www.goodmorning-god.com. And I guess I should spell this out too, just in case.
Okay.
www, which is a W, and then a W,
yes.
and then a W.
Very good.
Dot GOODMORNING with a dash, which is dash. God, GOD.com.
Okay. Yeah, okay, yes, that's good.
He's getting it.
Yeah, you got it. You laid
Shows
it
you
on.
what you can do with a 3rd grade education.
So, who would like to ask the first question? Because I talk a lot, so don't even say it.
Oh,
so,
we would never say that.
so I will kind of just step back and just let you guys go for it. And I will interject, when I feel the need to. I'll just go ahead and do that. I know you all don't believe me. You all should see the way they're looking at me. I know you all don't believe me, but I'm going to make this a fact. Okay, go for it, Rochelle.
Oh, no, we just wanted to thank you for coming here on the show. And actually, we usually let the guests kind of introduce themselves or whatever fun facts we didn't have in the bio sometimes. So if you want to elaborate, like what got you started, or anything that inspired you to kind of do what you do, for sure.
Sure, okay, thank you. Well, thank you guys for having me first. So happy to be here. It's a
For you,
really cool
anytime.
group. Thank you. And what got me started, I mean, you guys act like I have this writing career.
As you think,
God is looking like she doesn't know it yet.
And I have been really doing this, like words manifest, so you're right.
That's right.
You know, that's just my first book of many children's books. But, well, as you said, I have an MFA in writing, and I, really did believe, because I write a lot of short stories, vignettes, things like that, and I do enjoy writing that. And I just assumed, after getting my MFA, that I would just have this collection of short stories and. And
I'm just glad you told what MFA was, because I'll tell you what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you could get a degree in that.
Yeah, that's what I said. What?
where you think the politicians
Right. Well, I just assumed that I would write a bunch of short stories and really cool stories and all this great stuff. But obviously, writing is hard, and you really have to, be immersed in your writing. And I write short stories, but nothing was just tugging at me like that. But I was inspired to write these prayers because it's a funny story. My husband, we pray daily, with our kids and. With our kids. And, oh
Speaking
my
of
gosh,
kids,
you gotta be kidding me.
Look who's coming into the studio now.
we pray.
These little things is a cry.
I can't believe you did that.
That's okay.
Oh my God.
I know this was long,
What
but
was his name?
Hi, we have an extra guest.
Yeah,
Okay, so
right.
if our listeners,
His name
we
is
have
Gates.
a
Yeah.
Gates.
You want to say something
We
right
actually
quick to the
have an
listening
extra
audience?
guest with us here today. Hi, Gates.
Say hi, everybody. Say hi, everybody.
Oh, no.
Everybody's listening to you. Say hi, everybody.
Speak up. Tell them you're in the playground.
Oh, hey, boy, you're acting like a silly boy. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. We want to welcome Gates to the show for sure. We had an unexpected guest.
Yeah, I
right?
ain't expecting to run over here.
Mom,
But
get me.
I was, you gotta wait.
That is
That's
fantastic.
good.
So
Yeah,
wonderful.
They say
He draws
don't
a lot
work with kids or
of
animals.
characters.
They take the show.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But I was inspired. So it's good that Gates ran in here because he is the reason that I was inspired to write that.
Oh, good.
Because my youngest son
Inspiration.
wasn't even born when my youngest son's name is Bear. He's just 11 months, so he wasn't here when I wrote it. Okay, Gates here is 4. But like I said, my family and I, we pray daily, and my husband grew up, praying with his family daily, and that's not really something that I did with my family. Like it just, it wasn't until I dated and then married my husband that I was really exposed to the idea of a relationship with God and really nurturing that relationship, because I watched his family and I said, oh my gosh, I want this, and I want this for my kids. But I say that to say that my husband, by growing up in the faith, like he has these conversations with God. That's how he prays, and I think it's beautiful. But they're very extensive and long. And he would pray with our kids, or pray with our oldest son in Gates, and everybody take a turn to pray. My oldest son, he's 19 years old now, and he's become accustomed to his prayer. He would just say it, and then my husband would have Gates repeat after him, and it would be these big words, and I'm like, he doesn't even know what he's saying. He's just repeating what you say, and
He'll learn.
So I said, yes. So I say, you know what? And then I would pray with him at night, and you think of prayers, and then now I lay me down to sleep, and then you get into that prayer, and you're like, what's happening in this prayer? What? It just was. It wasn't. It just wasn't for us, I thought. And so it inspired me to write prayers for him, and that's what I did. I wrote, I feel like, very fun prayers. Then I reached out to an illustrator because I'm like, these words need pictures. Like that's how, so I found an illustrator. I actually just found him online. I just put on Craigslist, like, I'm looking for an illustrator. I wrote a book, I need an illustrator. Yes.
See, Craigslist is good for stuff. Okay.
Yes, it is. And yeah, so we connected. He was in Chicago. We, had our coffees at Starbucks and went over images and things like that. And we spent months and months going over those images and then say thank you.
You're welcome.
And and then so the book was born. And really funny story. This is the original way that the book was created. These illustrations.
Oh, nice.
And before I had it printed, I said, these aren't perfect. This isn't what I want. This isn't my my thoughts. And so I spent like another year, no kidding, working with another illustrator.
Okay.
But she just procrastinated. She just didn't deliver until a few months ago. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna go with what I have because I want to print the book, and these illustrations have been so well received.
I think
people love them. So that was just kind of a little funny story. So so I wasted a year.
I love the fact that you mentioned about the "Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep" thing, because it is when you go over it. I remember looking at a cartoon about it, and the kid was staying with his father, and if I should die before I wake up, where my soul's taken. And the father kisses him on the cheek and goes, "Good night, son," and the son is laying there dark with his eyes.
Like, I ain't going to sleep. No. Yeah.
So I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah. Yes. So
I want to hear some of his child speak.
Oh, that was so like many years ago. It was a funny thing. I took before I got my MFA, I took children's writing classes at the University of Chicago, and the instructor was Esther Hershenhorn. She has quite a few children's books.
I've heard of her.
Yes, and she's just so delightful, and she would write critiques of our work and things like that, and I was like, I'm going to write these series of kids books, and I had this little girl in my head, and she's going to be like this little crazy spunky little girl, and I remember she told me, she wrote for me in a critique, she said, Chenelle, you have it, like you have the voice, you can do this. And I kept that email that she sent to me, and I taped it to the outside of all of my notebooks to remind myself. But that was her compliment. But the compliment that really spurred, like, I can really do this, was my stepdaughter. She's 22 now.
Okay.
Yes, and when she was a little girl, she just said, you're really good at kid talk. I was like, I am? She's like, yeah. And I just have kept that with me for all these years. Like, she was a kid, and it was so sincere. She's like, you're really good at kid talk. I'm like, okay. So I don't know what my kid talk is. I think I just
it's something that should not be taken lightly, because it's not something everybody has. It's not something, it's not even something, I don't think, that can be learned. It's something that's innate.
It's just, absolutely, just.
To me, it seems like it comes from a very caring heart, and to such an extent that, because little kids can see stuff, that we don't ever see.
Absolutely,
It's like they can look, but through your skin and see how that heart is beating.
That's true.
That's sincere. I really, they may not say sincere, but they see something.
They tell you the truth.
They tell you the
truth. They're too honest.
It's a vibe that they seem to capture. And say, I like her.
Yeah, and they can't even really verbalize what. Like those were her words, and that's why I remembered that.
I think
really good at kid talk. And I'm like, what? Okay, I'll take that.
Isn't there some scripture in the Bible that said, out of the mouths of children, the truth will be revealed? Something like that. It's true, because they're so honest. You're like, okay, kid.
They are so
too honest. Like,
yes.
Why are you that honest?
Oh, yeah.
So we need to hear more about the book, the title, all that, if you can read us maybe a tiny little excerpt. That would be fantastic.
Okay.
Transitions music.
Yes. So I wish that your listeners could see it and see such vibrant color, right? You guys.
And that's
I'm over to brag. It's so cute. Oh my God.
That means you have to get the book.
That means you have to buy the book. And my listeners, please support, patronize.
The book is $16, and let's be clear, it is 2 books in one.
That's
So,
right.
yeah, if you were to see the
Yeah.
book, you see there's a cover,
I
and then you see when you.
I was wondering, I'm like,
yes,
I'm not sitting on the other side. I'm sitting there like there's something wrong with me. Okay.
Right.
right,
Absolutely.
yes, yes. Sorry.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
Pick a
So what do you
spot.
guys want me to read?
He said, pick a spot. No,
Pick a spot. Just pick a
No,
spot.
that's a good part of the story because people have to, you don't get the whole trailer.
But there's I've looked through the book. There's so many good
Is there
passages.
an
You
intro
know,
to it?
No, well, I have
the dedication.
the dedication to my sons, but I mean, I can read the morning prayer. Would you like
Oh,
That's
okay.
good.
I love
be a
that.
good idea?
Is it short?
It is.
Good enough.
The night prayer is shorter. You want me to read that?
Okay.
No,
night prayer.
no.
Night prayer.
Which one?
Take your pick.
Take your pick. You're the author.
Yeah, you're the author.
I'm gonna
Yes.
read this one.
Okay.
Let's see. We'll read it together, okay?
Oh, nice.
Yes, and this is Gates. This image. This is him. He used to have a
that's
little
you.
mohawk like that, but he doesn't.
Oh, okay. You're
Got you.
immortalized in a book. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's famous now. And I won't read the whole thing. That's why I'm
Okay.
just doing it. So it goes, thank you, God, for waking me today. There's lots to do, but first I must pray. Thanks for my family and all their love. Thanks for the trees and slimy bugs. I know you'll keep me safe today. You'll keep away danger as I run, jump, and play. Please help me be like you all day long. To love and be kind, do what's right and not wrong. This is my favorite part, and I'll stop after this. Now you must know I won't be perfect all day.
That sounds
I'll make mistakes and I may disobey. But please forgive me for those things I may do and show me what is good to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's cool. Well, thank you for that, for sure. And we just hope our listeners, hey, 2-in-1 book. There's
Yes.
more for that.
That's
where it comes. So
Yes.
And it's a nice book to read, in the morning as the kids are getting prepared for the
Yep.
day, and at night before they go to sleep. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
see, I'll probably be a different mom. I'll probably read Revelations.
Oh,
God sent the angels down with the trumpet. All right, so we gonna get the dishes done right. That's wrong. No, that's wrong. Revelations.
I've had so many adults say, like they buy it for themselves now.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this encapsulates everything
It really
that you need to say in the morning and
It's
in the
true.
evening.
And it's a conversation. It's starting like a conversation. It's really what I love about it is, and what I learned from my parents. It's just talking to the Lord.
It's just talking.
It's not the thee, thous, those, thine.
Right,
Just
right,
really
right.
having a talk, and you're just opening yourself up. And I love that. I
Yes,
absolutely
sure.
love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
And
Thank
where
you.
can people find your book?
The book is online, as you said, at www.goodmorning-god.com. So I do sell individual and bulk copies. So it's also in a few church bookstores in the city. Yeah. So Lighthouse Church.
Okay, I
just
know
sold
Lighthouse
some-
Church. Yeah.
You do? Yeah. Okay. We just sold some copies to Salem Baptist Church.
Nice.
So so yeah, that's the book is individual and bulk
Yes.
copies that I sell them for, and like I said, online or through those avenues.
Okay, and we can put a link on our website.
Yeah,
on our
yeah.
website, because we're getting a website. People,
We will have it in the description box for sure.
Yes.
And anything any details that we can to lead us straight to the book.
And I think that we're being told that it's time to wrap
Yeah,
it
it
up.
was absolutely. Yes, for
It's just time to
sure.
wrap it up.
That time. Wrap it up.
It's that time.
See,
So who
you
do the
didn't shake
honors?
that
There we
off.
go.
Here we go. Oh.
That's that's not enough prayer for that. That one's
That
special.
was cute. That was wonderful. So, we're wrapping up, and again, thank you so much for being here. This was wonderful, and
Yes.
and we would like to have you back at another time, and especially when you're getting your prizes, your all these great things for all the books that you write.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there.
And I wanted to
Yes.
I totally forgot to share this, but in addition to the book, the hashtag Do Good Things initiative is something that my sons and I are doing. We just try to, like, he does a lot of community-based things with my mom and with me, and we just try to get that message out there. Go and do something good for someone else, and we ask that people do those things and send to our website so that we can post the pictures, and then we have a section that says hashtag Do Good Things, and we would just love to get millions and millions of pictures and videos of people doing good things.
Sunday we're doing a thing for Olympia Fields United Methodist Church, and it's on Joe Orr and Weston. It's called Gospel Palooza.
Church-a-palooza.
Church-a-palooza.
Yes.
And if you don't mind, you could bring some books with you Sunday.
Yeah.
It's Sunday. Where's the flag? What time?
It's right here. It is from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Norman and I might be playing there. I know I'm playing no matter what.
Okay.
Hopefully Norman can make it. Carla might make it if we
I'm
can
trying.
convince her to.
If I can get there and say, I'm looking at my schedule and
Maybe
see.
what's on the date if listeners are, interested. What's the date on that?
The date is June 30th, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m.
2019.
Olympia Fields.
Yes, in Olympia Fields. It's 2301 Western Avenue in Olympia Fields.
Right.
Okay.
Give the date and time one more time.
June 30th, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And to coin Phineas and Ferb, we'll give you the whole seat to come to see this, but you will only meet the edge.
Yeah.
So,
I like that.
Oh, I like that one.
one of my all-time faves.
That's right.
Would you like to do the honors, Norman, in closing us out?
Yeah.
Well, this seemed like time just flew by. So
I know.
Yeah. See?
I know.
It was
What happens when
such
you have Chenelle in the
a
house?
lively, fascinating conversation. And, I'm proud to say I even know you.
You know greatness, yes. Yes.
And the hashtag Do Good Things. I love all of that because, if there's a time that we really need that, it's now.
Yes.
We've got our politicians doing all sorts of things to divide the country and people, and although they're too stupid to realize that a country divided, a house divided can't
Against
stand.
itself shall not stand. Yes, cannot stand. Yes.
But doing things like that, and it's almost like those old time movies where things are really down in the dumps and everything, and one person comes along with doing one good thing, and that sparks somebody's life, and they do, and then it just starts growing like that.
Yes.
I can sort of like see this doing the same thing.
Exactly.
You'll have millions of people just doing good things to pay it forward and everything like that.
Manifest that, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Speak
Put it
it.
out there. Yes.
Yes.
It's
I
nice to do
appreciate that.
nice things. It's nice to do nice things, and you feel better when you do.
Absolutely, and it's good to get young people.
Yes.
Any text that I send to my, he'll tell you, he'll show you. It always ends with hashtag Do Good Things.
Right, that's nice.
Yeah, and he's like a little budding entrepreneur. He loves making money, And
Oh yeah,
for
yeah. Somebody that he can talk to.
Oh, good, definitely.
Yes.
So I got him a money clip for Christmas,
Uh-huh.
but I had it engraved with Do Good Things.
Okay.
Even when you get you some money, please do good things with it. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you again.
Thank you, guys.
for
I appreciate it.
And to reiterate, because you all, I know, loved hearing this wonderful person speak, and not only will you buy her book, but you're going to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yes, to the Seed Group podcast. And again, I hear that we have another subscriber, which means another angel got its wings. Yeah.
I like it.
I love it.
So thank you so much for joining us, and remember to plant a seed and watch it grow.
I love it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.